Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome to Zacks Live Trader. I am Dave Bartosiak, here with you always, kicking off a wild week of earnings here on October 17th. So, we've got an action-packed agenda for you as always. Not only are we going to go ahead and do this stream on Intel for everybody to check out, but if you stick around, 1:30, we're going to do the premiere stream for eBay. Now, if you're wondering what the difference is between our premiere streams and our free streams, well, did I say premiere? Premium. The thing about it is, inside all the free streams, I give people a detailed breakdown of the price, the consensus, and EPS surprise chart, the detailed estimates page, and I dig into the live options chain, giving a bullish trade and a bearish trade on shares of Intel in this case. Now, the thing is, we're going to follow up, though, in a premium video later in the week, talk to you about how those trades went, and also one of these streams every week, which happens to be eBay in about half hour, is only for the premium subscribers. So if you want to find out how to become a part of that, livetrader@zacks.com. Shoot me an email, livetrader@zacks.com, and I'll give you instructions on how you can sign up for our premium stream of Zacks Live Trader for only $9.99 a month. Definitely worth the price of admission. At least that's what everybody keeps telling me. So that's fantastic stuff. Okay, so this week, Intel, and then a half hour eBay on the premium stream. And then on Wednesday, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about AMD. So a little bit more chips, guys, more chips. And then we're going to talk McDonald's to switch up styles a little bit. I'm still looking for suggestions on what to do next week because I'm hoping to get another 4 or 5 of these out to you. And don't forget, though, this Thursday after the close, I'll probably, after, maybe even before the close, we're going to have a big-time game plan video in our The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly review for you. I'm going to make one of the previous ones free. Excuse me. So you guys can check it out. Even if you're on our free channel, I'm going to bust out one of the earlier ones, let you have that for free so you can check it out now ahead of that. Anyway, and then our premium stream, we've got to cover a lot this week because it's expiration for the month of October, and I'm pretty sure we have 8 or 10 ideas that we've shared in the past, all with that October expiration. So I want to review some of that because if you didn't listen to one of my review videos where I said get out or not get out or whatever, I just want to review as if somebody out there is still stuck, okay? So I want to cover everything and go from there. All right, so first, Intel. And as always, we're going to dig into the price consensus and EPS surprise chart here on Zacks.com. The single most important chart that everybody misses. I wrote my Zacks Confidential on this today, and you're going to see why this is so important. So take a look at the black line here. This represents the price, which corresponds to the right y-axis. The green arrows are earnings beats, the red arrows are earnings misses. The multicolored lines represent the evolution of our Zacks consensus estimates over time. So one thing I look for is where have the estimates been and where have they gone? So throughout the course of the year, you could see the overall kind of bullish or bearish behavior that's taken place in a stock. The other thing this is great for is earnings growth. The gap between these lines, between different years, represents earnings growth. So you can see a little bit of a struggle throughout 2013, nice growth in 2014, and then it's kind of been chop city in 2015, and things have really turned around here on Intel if you're looking at the last, basically the last year. As the stock has crept up, a couple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that 9 beats in a row? Look at that, glorious. Yeah, so very aggressive here, and now EPS estimates ticking up. And you can't see it here because it's going in line with this. So it's creeping up. So there's life again in Intel. Now I was digging through the research reports because, hey man, that's what I do. Digging through the research reports, and I saw that PC sales have been much stronger than expected. Where analysts had forecast negative 10% PC growth, so basically contraction in PC sales, it looks like it's going to be closer to a 5% contraction, right? Now, normally you wouldn't be so bullish about a contraction in PC sales, but we're talking about this is just one part of the overall market, and obviously Intel is a heavy player in the PC space. You can add NVIDIA to that, and then our good old buddy Micron too. So, and AMD also. Don't forget AMD. We'll be talking about them on Wednesday. Used to be much more of a sort of head-to-head competitor. You know, it was like, oh, are you getting the AMD or are you getting the Intel? Just like when you're talking about graphics processors, are you getting the NVIDIA or are you getting the AMD? So there've been some competition in that space. Now, let's take a look at the detailed estimates page once I can bring this up on Zacks, of course. Not being nice today. That's okay. I'll just cheat and use my F11, guys. All right, now let's take a look at what other analysts are saying about Intel. Zacks rank #1 strong buy right now. Value score B, growth D, momentum B, for a VGM score of C. Now they're going to report after the market closes tomorrow, and we're looking for 73 cents out of Intel. Now the last surprise, 11.32%, which we'll look at a little bit later. But take a look at how bullish these analysts have been. 14 analysts have upgraded their earnings estimate for the current quarter over the last 30 days. 10 have done so for next quarter. 15 have followed through for the current year. 14 for next year. And there's this one analyst got a little bit of beef, dropped their estimates for next quarter. But aside from that, very bullish behavior. Let's see what it's done to the Zacks consensus estimate. You'll see here, 60 days ago, 90 days ago, we were talking about 65 cents for the current quarter. Now we're looking for 73. Next quarter numbers up from 73 cents to 77. That puts the current year number at $2.40, from $2.43 to $2.61. Next year's numbers gone from $2.62 to $2.85. And now the surprise, like I said, nice beat here. 6-cent beat, 5-cent beat, 11 cents, 5 cents. Okay, nice consistency there in Intel. That's something that you like to see. So this tells you that A, management does a very good job managing the expectations of the analysts, therefore the expectations of shareholders. You want to see that nice, slow, and steady kind of ride, especially when you're talking about a company the size of Intel with their pedigree. Now, other semiconductor firms tend to be a little bit more erratic because they don't have the established product line that Intel does. These guys have been around forever, okay? So they're not a fly-by-night organization. They're not going anywhere anytime soon, so that's why you see these nice, even sort of numbers. And as long as this EPS is ticking in the right direction, it should be a very good thing for Intel. Okay, now another surprising thing that I'm going to point out here in this options chain is just how much volume and how large of an open interest there is in Intel. So let's go ahead and dig into the options chain here. Again, as always, we're going to go bullish, we're going to go bearish, and give you my humble opinion as which one I believe is best. Okay, so here we are in the October 21st expiration. That is Friday. And per usual, I go to the at the money call and the at the money put. So let's go ahead and see what this market is pricing in. 81 cents for the at the money call, 53 cents for the at the money put. So $1.34 divided by that 37. So you're talking a 3.6% move is what the options market is pricing in on Intel. Now, that doesn't seem like a huge significant move, especially when you're talking about, like, I was looking at Netflix earlier. I know, guys, I really wanted to do a Netflix stream. We couldn't jam it in last week. I just couldn't do it. But Netflix is pricing in like 11%. So put that into perspective here when Intel is only pricing in 3.6%. 6%, just over a buck, $1.34 of a move. Obviously not a lot of money, but that's because you got a huge stock that's probably not going to move as much. Okay, now keep that in mind when I'm pricing these things. If I don't really think it's going to move that drastic, then I need to be a little less aggressive with the sort of options trades that I look at, okay? So on a stock like Intel, even though that implied volatility is very low, I still don't, I kind of agree with the market on this, okay? So I don't think that Intel is going to move several dollars in any direction, regardless of what happens on earnings. So instead of being long a call spread or a put spread here, I'm going to go short, okay, on either end. So if I'm bullish, I'm going to short a put. If I'm bearish, I'm going to short a call. So we're flipping it on its head there. Now, these trades tend to have a higher likelihood of success with a lower rate of return, okay? But when you do the math over the long run, it works out. This is the same sort of trade that we put on a few times last week. And if you guys remember from our review video, it was still okay. Last I checked, Delta was still below 40. Although it was close, Delta's still below 40. And there were some other trades that we put on that worked out good. I don't want to get into it too much because, you know, I don't need to brag today. It's Monday. And the Cubs lost last night, so I'm a little salty. So I just can't brag today. All right, so let's take a look at, let me get my pen up. If I'm going to be bullish here on shares of Intel, what's something that I can do? So there's a couple of things. Typically, if I go at the money, that would be selling this 37 call, right? And then possibly buying the 36. That's one option. But look, that's 29 cents a premium. That's okay. But look at this one. How about going short the 36.50 and buying the 35.50? Let's see what this trade looks like. Now, the reason that I'm looking this way is because it gives me a little bit of a buffer from where the current price of Intel is to where it would have to unwind to for me to not make money. But if I'm selling that 36.50 call, I'm going to get 36 cents in, and it's going to cost me 21 cents on the 35.50 call, put, sorry. So if I'm short the 36.50 and long the 35.50, my overall risk is going to be 79 cents on this, right? But I could make 21 cents. So take the 21 divided by 79. So my return here is 26.5% return is what I could get as long as shares of Intel trade above 36.50 at expiration. So shares of Intel could even go down and unwind a little bit from here, and I would still make money on this trade, okay? So that's my bullish trade. Now let's look on the bearish side of things. It's going to look very similar. So what you want to do is just go a little bit out. So in this case, that 37.50, still paying me a few cents there. Okay, I'm going to cross this one out. All right. So if I'm bearish and I short the 37.50 call, I'll get 55 cents in. Now, I don't want to have unlimited risk just in case this thing goes bonkers to the upside. So I'm going to mitigate some of that risk by by buying to open the 38.50 call. So subtract that 20 cents that is going to end up costing me, okay? So that's 35 cents I've taken in, and I have 65 cents at risk. So this ends up being a much higher reward with a 53.8% rate of return potentially if I went short the 37.50 call and long the 38.50 call. Okay. Now, what would have to happen for me to make money on, for me to profit the most on this trade, is for shares of Intel to close below 37.50 at expiration. Okay, so it's just out of the money right now, and that's a very healthy sort of rate of return betting against Intel. Okay, so there you go. A couple of trades there. One of them much more bullish, one of them much more bearish. One of them has a very nice potential rate of return on the bearish side, and the bullish side, you're not getting paid as much, but it's a little further out, maybe a little less risky. So, in my humble opinion, am I going to be bullish or bearish on shares of Intel heading into earnings? That's the sound a bull makes, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta be bullish on Intel. Things are looking all right here. The PC demand has been picking up. They like the numbers. You know, only a 5% contraction. I think that's good. But the big part here that we cannot miss is it's a Zacks ranked #1 strong buy, and we saw the reasons why. 14 analysts coming out and getting bullish on the current quarter for Intel. I'm not going to argue with 14 people. Not all at once, okay? Unless it's a room full of, you know, White Sox fans. Normal people, I can't do it, okay? I'm not going to argue with 14 analysts on Intel. The numbers look good. All it has to do is go sideways for me to make money on that short put spread that I'm putting on. This looks good. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, don't go away or go away. Go to the bathroom, grab a beer for beer. 116, I guess it might be too early for your beer. But come back at 1:30. We're going to be talking about eBay on our premium stream on Zacks Live Trader. If you're not hooked up on Zacks Live Trader, go ahead and come on, it's a 14-day free trial, so sign up. LiveTrader@Zacks.com. Shoot me a quick email so I can tell you all about it, how to get logged on there. Only $9.99 a month. It's crazy. They're yelling at me for making it too cheap, to be honest with you. So, give me 13 minutes, and we'll be back talking about eBay on the premium stream. Thanks for joining me with Zacks Live Trader. I will see you guys in a few minutes.